Rebecca, where are you? I'm not seeing you in my Hollywood
I'm
squares.
here. I'm definitely here. On my screen, I'm right next to you.
Oh, okay. That we're I lost you somehow. Yes, Rebecca, please, because now I am an Uber fan of your organization. I love how you came together. There you are, up in the corner, right next to me. I'm looking everywhere else. Yeah, please tell us about Beautiful Day Granola, how it came to be. I love the origin story. And I don't know, I just tell us whatever you want because I just love everything about what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I'm Rebecca Garland, and I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships at Beautiful Day. And Beautiful Day is kind of unique because we really have two branches. We have a social service branch and we have a business branch. We're a social enterprise. We create granola and coffee, and it's actually very good. I don't know how many people here have tried it, but it's award winning. We won Best in Rhode Island, and we market it online and both nationally and internationally. You can also purchase it here locally at several retail outlets and in a number of other outlets throughout the state. So we run a business, but we're also a nonprofit. So we channel all our profits back into the organization because really what we're doing is providing a place where refugees can gain job experience and training by producing and packaging and selling our granola. So we provide paid transitional employment to refugees who are looking to understand better what American job culture is like in this country. Most of them come here and certainly have employment backgrounds, but maybe their skills are not necessarily translatable into American culture. So they come here and they have to learn about how things work here in America. And some of them are floored by that, especially if they come from rural backgrounds or have difficulty speaking English. This is kind of a mystery to them, how America works. So they stay with us for about 300 hours, which translates into 6 months to a year. And they work with us, they learn English, they gain practical skills, they make contacts, they build their resumes, they end up, when they leave us, finding employment in the American work world. And the fact that 70% of the people that work with us end up finding jobs attests to the success of this model. So it's a pretty unique model. There are not very many organizations that are producing a product and hiring refugees in the state. We started back in 2008 when our director, Keith Cooper, was sharing a few beers with a friend and was thinking, how can we help refugees? And he was working currently at the International Institute, and he was teaching refugees, and he actually invited some of them to start making granola and start selling it in farmers markets. And what he found was that people started learning English a lot quicker in that context than they were in their classes. And he thought, wow, you know, if you've got a meaningful context and people really need to learn English in order to really do the thing that they're trying to do, it is an incentive for people to learn quicker. So he started hiring more refugees and making more granola and going to farmers markets. And in 2013, we incorporated as a nonprofit, and we moved to Amos House and started renting their kitchen, and presto, Beautiful Day was born. So we've been around for about 7 years, and we sell now nationally, internationally. We have customers in Switzerland even, and we serve about 20 refugees every year, and we work very intensely with them. We now have a youth program as well, so we're helping to train young people ages 16 to 24 who a few years ago were living in refugee camps and are now really eligible in 5 years for citizenship, and they're going to be going to college and buying houses and learning English and becoming fully integrated American citizens. And they're really needing experience in the American work world. So we now work with young people as well as adults.
I was going to ask you about the youth program. I saw that on your website, and that's fantastic. How can we help besides buy the granola, buy the coffee?
Yeah,
And why granola? So lots of questions, as I often do, ask many at one time. So we'll start with why granola.
granola is a great product to produce because it's labor intensive, and we wanted something that would enable people to stay busy. And it's very tasty, and it enables people to sell at local markets and have an opportunity to talk with the public. And that's a real challenge for refugees. It would certainly be for me if I suddenly found myself in a foreign country and had to get out there and sell a product to people in a foreign language and in a different kind of culture. So it helps to build confidence, it helps to build language skills, and it also helps to make contacts. I know that some of our trainees who have worked in farmers markets, in conversations with their customers on a weekly basis, have those relationships have actually led to permanent jobs. So it's
That's
a great
fantastic.
opportunity for people.
And you're a chamber member as well.
Yes.
James, did you have a question?
Yeah, Rebecca, I have a close friend on the board of Refugees International who lives in New York and Stonington, and he comes to Rhode Island every week, and he's a philanthropist. If you could send me your email, I would like to put you in touch with him.
I will definitely do that. Thank you, Jim.
And he's a refugee as well. His parents came from Poland when he was 3 months old.
Terrific.
Wow.
I am myself the daughter of a refugee who fled Nazi Germany. My father is now 96 years old, and it is a kind of unique situation to be in a family group where people have experienced the kind of trauma and upheaval that refugees have experienced.
So I love that James is helping. How can the rest of us help? I saw you have subscriptions. So I know James is on the board of Rhode Island PBS, and I know those of us who are sustainers for, NPR and PBS, you like us, right? Because you can count on that and build that into your budget. So the subscription model is fantastic, right? Or we can just buy to try.
And you also have Bill Stone on, who's involved with Rhode Island Public Radio. Was in the past the chair. So
is there anything else? Because I love your website, by the way, congratulations on your new website, but is there anything else we can do for you, or any other suggestions on how we can get involved?
We are looking currently for mentors to work with our youth. We are starting our second year of our youth program, and we're going to be completely virtual this year. Last year we went virtual by surprise. This year we're planning it more, and we are looking for mentors. So if anybody wants to work with a young person and really make a difference in their lives, that would be one way that you could help. I'm also the director, as the director of strategic partnerships, I'm in charge of educating the public around issues of human displacement and resettlement. It is a huge issue, and there isn't a lot of information here in America about it. Some of you might be surprised to know that there are over 80 million displaced people in the world. And that's such a big number, it's kind of hard to get your head around. But when you think of that there are 1 million people living in Rhode Island, just imagine 80 Rhode Islands put back to back, and every person there is basically running for their lives. So that's the extent of this problem. And I work very hard to educate the public. So if any of you have any networks where people would be interested in learning more about refugees, I would be happy to come and speak to you. There are also, I certainly invite anybody here to contribute to our work. We accept donations, and we rely on donations to continue to run. While we do quite a successful business selling our products, we certainly do not make enough income to keep the whole business afloat. So donations are welcome. And as far as purchasing, there are a number of ways that people can purchase. You can certainly make individual purchases on our website, and I will post our website in the chat afterwards. But we do have subscription programs. We have a group subscription program where if people raise enough money through subscribing with their networks, that's an opportunity to sponsor one of our trainees and really get to know one of our trainees on a more personal basis. So there are a number of ways that you can get involved, and I really do encourage you to contact me, and I can fill you in if you have any specific questions.
What are the ages of the youth that is looking for mentorship?
They range in age from 16 to 24.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Most of them are juniors and seniors in high school. At least last year, that was the case, and probably will be this year as well.
Would you be open to a partnership in the job training program as well? You know, I'm an immigrant and I have a food-based company as well. And one of the missions of my company is that we celebrate our immigrant communities around the United States. And we make lemonades from different parts of the world. We replicate those recipes instead of doing different flavors. That is our flavor, is to replicate those recipes. And that is something that I've been considering, is, you know, supporting more and being more on the social side of activism with immigrant communities, refugee communities, but I haven't really found a model quite yet.
Thank
So-
you, everybody, for being part of this informal conversation.